Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for joining me here today. If you found yourself here, there may be a message for your healing journey, soul's evolution, transformation, or simply information. Today, I would like to talk to you a little bit about some of the aspects of healing, in specific, shamanism. So, shamans, of course, those of us that have had access to it for most of our life and or been privy to study under gifted healers, we know how it feels to receive and or how to give a shamanic healing. So it's not something really that you can take a class and have it. There's gifts that are handed down from our ancestors too. And whether anybody told you about it, sometimes it's just that magic that works when you're around people. You can transcend energy, whether it's negativity around you, or you can sense energy. Now, old school had much different ways to go about this, and now we've evolved. But energy is really energy. You can feel it, see it, hear it. Those of us that have all clairs and a lot of other gifts, we have innate ability to help others alleviate their suffering, whether it's a gift of timeline trauma healing or something that energetically needs to be assisted. I call it pinging the energy out, whether you've had a natural disaster, death, or any hardships, or maybe you've suffered some kind of anxiety that tends to be in the body. It can be carried in from past lives too. Or maybe there's terrorism or disruption of your life, your suffering. Those of us that are here to help humanity heal, lift the vibration of those that need to help, or maybe you need some help with relieving trauma or grieving from anything you've gone through, whether it's a miscarriage or loss of a child or a partner or an animal. It's grieving. It's in your body. So those of us that do the work to help you stop suffering in silence, to restore your balance, that's something you can do with shamanic healing too. Or if you have a lot of trauma, you can call back your soul fragments that have sort of ran away. They're hiding, they're there, but once they come back, you have to welcome them back into your safe and sacred body, and that means you have to clear your space. And there are a lot of gifted people out there that actually are authentic, and when I say that, there's a lot of people that take your money when you're in a vulnerable situation, so never okay. Ask for a referral, and of course those that are reputable will usually be teachers as well. Not all, but a lot of them are teachers in their own way. They'll teach you and go through your body energetically, and they'll help you relieve the pain. You'll feel relief from the pain as they help dissipate it, but it's usually a very guided, safe, and sacred space. And there's a lot of different techniques and tools that each one of us use. So everybody is different. It's not all the same. You can go on a journey, which is kind of cool if you trust the practitioner. And sometimes you take a class just to learn about the aspects of it, or you're curious to read a book. So I encourage people to look at reputable websites and understand things. There's things on YouTube. And before you land on anybody in particular, make sure you get a good sensation from that person to help you relieve your trauma in any event. And sometimes we actually need somebody to talk to. Those of us that are able to see and weave through the energy, the other side, the underworld, wherever it is, we can help heal trauma within you and your loved ones, or anything that is stuck or stagnant. So it can help a lot of different people. And of course, there's always people that don't believe in it. But once you step in, you don't really have to say too much. Energy is energy, and typically it does come forward. What you have in your energy, it may not always be yours. It can be Klingons, or it can be just your family that needs to be released from you, or your grip. You have to let go of the vice grip if they want their healing on the other side or wherever they're going, and then they can circle back and help you, and maybe not, or they're safe at home, resting in peace wherever they are, and then you are supposed to do the same. We can call in your soul fragments, and so you feel whole. Or some people that I worked with had a twin or children, and they're twins. One of them passed. So it's hard on the mom, it's hard on the child, but you need to talk about it so that child doesn't always feel like they're missing something. You'd be surprised how many parents don't talk about one of the children, or maybe two or three of them, passed if they had a whole bunch of babies inside and they just weren't able to fully develop, and then they had problems or genetic diseases and they passed away, or maybe it was a stillborn. It's best that you talk about it when you find your healing, so that that child doesn't feel a sense of betrayal, even though there was no existence of it in their brain, their thought process. Energetically, it is there. They shared the same bunk bed, they were still there in your tummy. So it's important to talk about things. And of course, with couples, it's really difficult because it's not in your arms, right? For the husband that I've worked with, or the partners, it's not always, one or the other that has a problem with it. Sometimes you have to have discernment of who needs what type of healing for however they're processing. And it does change over time. It's not like getting a new animal and you didn't talk about the last one that passed over. You need to discuss it, and that energy is in your space. And then any other people, you need to talk about it, even grandparents. It's not like, oh, they're just old and he died because. I heard that. It didn't process for me very well because I needed to know the why. But why? Or how? Or how does that work? And where are they going? I wanted answers. And I've always been like that. And then I can process everything. So for this journey and the assistance you need, you'll find soul tribe or a spiritual community that has a lot of compassion and kindness that you can trust. And they have resources, and I have always said, if I don't feel I can handle or work with you best, I know people that can. And I have referred people out, or maybe it's best served that they see a male practitioner, or maybe vice versa. Or maybe they don't have all of the skills I do, so we can capture everything in one session versus, numerous. It depends on where you are. So you will absolutely know what resonates with you and where you're going with your healing journey. And then if you ask for the right, best thing for you to line up for your healing, it will always arrive. So it's always what you need at the time, sometimes not what you come in with that you're needing to hear. It's what your body is needing. And there's a difference. I know with mediumship, people come in with a list and I said, oh, when I see it, just put it in your purse or keep it there. And then after, I'll say, if I haven't covered everything, then you can ask. And usually it's pretty profound. So, and sometimes they'll ask me something and their person or people on the other side aren't present, but maybe their other, family or grandma or somebody comes forward because that soul hasn't developed and or learned, and they're still in review and healing. So we can't push the issue until they're ready. But you will get sound and profound evidential, readings that indicate they are with your family, so you feel they're safe wherever they are. And that's what we can go ahead and ask, because too many questions for them and why aren't they healed and wanting apologies versus let's give you what you need to heal and allow them to heal. Then when you circle back 6 months or 12 months later, then they can maybe speak, or maybe they don't want to now, and you have to honor that. They're trying to rest in peace and heal, and that's the education around somebody who actually is a teacher will let you know that, and you have your own healing, and there'll be guidance from your people on how you can heal, because while you're here on earth, it's about finding your balance and joy, peace, and harmony, how you can heal and be the best version of yourself. You can't judge somebody on the other side for something you need from them before you do your healing, because then they can do theirs. And usually 9 times out of 10, it does come full circle. And it's usually a lot of tears and a lot of Kleenex when maybe an apology comes, or there's something profound. Maybe years later I've seen the same people, or it's relaying a message through their child, or somebody else is passing, and then they tag team and they can give a better message because they just don't know what to say. Maybe they don't have the words, or they don't believe in it, right? So there's a lot of aspects. So it's multifaceted. So I hope this helps today. So just remember to care for yourself, and take care of you. Self-care is sacred. It is not selfish. And you're not ever meant to suffer in silence. All right? Take care of you. And so it is. Namaste.